Now we're going to have the reading of the law. Exodus 20, verses 1 through 17. Go ahead, brother.
And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
All right, we're going to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. We're going to read verses 13 to 14. Read it when you get it.
Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Revelation 22, verses 14 and 15. Read it when you get it.
Verse 14, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and so whoever loveth and maketh a lie.
And whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. So that's the reading of the law. That is the path of life. And don't allow anybody to thrust you out of the path of life by telling you don't have to keep the law. But I want to say good afternoon to all the children of the covenants, the natural seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the spiritual seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the Commonwealth of Israel. Good afternoon. And for all those that are watching online, good afternoon. And again, the Lord has blessed me to stand before you. And we're going to go ahead and get right into the lesson because I got to take a nap. So, so the title of the lesson is, for y'all that don't have copies of it, is The End of Days. So this lesson is basically about what's going to be happening during the end times, which we're pretty close to right now. There's going to be a lot of things going on. There's going to be a lot of deception going on. And we just need to be aware of what's going to happen, what's coming, and we need to stay vigilant. Like don't fall asleep. Don't get caught not watching, because if you get caught not watching, we're going to read it, but the Lord said he'll come upon you as a thief in the night. So we don't want to do that. So before we get started, I'm going to ask everybody to put them a mark in the book of Matthew's 24th chapter. Put your mark in there, because that's going to be a part of the lesson a part of the book that we're going to be in and out of for most of the day. So Matthew's 24. You got you a marker?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to begin reading at verse 1. Matthew 24 and verse 1. So Matthew is the first book in the New Testament for all you Old Testament people. Verse 1, what did he say?
And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Mm-hmm. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Come on.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
Now they're asking him a specific question. Tell us, when shall these things be? Where the temple going to be destroyed and it's not going to be left one stone upon another. Go ahead.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
And when are you coming? What's going to be the sign of your coming? How are we going to know that you're coming? Specific questions, right? Go ahead and read.
And of the end of the world. Mm-hmm. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
Take heed that the Sunday preacher don't deceive you. Did he say that? Take heed that the Old Testament scholar don't deceive you. Did it say that? It said, take heed that no man deceive you. That includes your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, your children. Take heed that no one deceives you, right? Because it's a preacher out there that said it ain't talking about the preachers. They the ones that deceive you the most. But go ahead and read.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
They're going to say that Jesus is the Christ. Go ahead.
And shall deceive many.
But they're going to use the name of Jesus to deceive many. But for those of us that have understanding, that have knowledge, we can't be deceived with that. But go ahead.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. Mm-hmm. For all these things must come to pass.
They must come to pass. And y'all hearing about some of them things right now, right? It's about 4 or 5 wars going on. It's more than that. Mm-hmm. But the ones that y'all know about, because y'all don't watch world news like I do, but the ones y'all know about, it's about 3 or 4 of them. Say, don't be troubled by that, but these things must happen. Go ahead and read.
But the end is not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
So we're seeing some of that right now. The famine. If y'all look at what's happening in Sudan right now and in a few other places on the continent of Ham or the continent of Africa, it's a lot of famine and stuff going on. It's a lack of water and clean water and everything. It's wars all over the globe. But the end is not yet. You finish verse 8?
No.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows.
Say, all these are the beginning of sorrows, but the end is not yet, but you need to be strengthened. So we're going to go into 2 Chronicles here, the 15th chapter, real quick. But just make sure you got a marker in Matthew 24. 2 Chronicles 15. And we're going to begin reading at verse 1, 2 Chronicles 15, we're going to begin reading at verse 1. Because we need to be strengthened, though, when all these things happen. We can't lose our mind, right? Because a lot of people are going to lose their mind, but we can't be the ones that lose our mind. Because, I mean, consider all that you've already been through. That's just to get you ready for what's coming. But verse 1, go ahead and read.
Verse 1. And the Spirit of God came upon Azariah, the son of Oded. And he went out to meet Asa, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. Mm-hmm. The Lord is with you, while ye be with him.
Say, while you be with him, he with you. See, that's the thing. A lot of people think the Lord is with them, and they're not with the Lord. But the books say the Lord is with you as long as you with him. Go ahead. And
if ye seek him, he will be found of you. Mm-hmm. But if ye forsake him, he will forsake you.
He will forsake you. For those of you that don't know, the Lord will forsake you. He doesn't have unconditional love. Your mama and daddy ain't got unconditional love. So what makes you think the Lord got unconditional love? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Now for a long season, Israel hath been without the true God, and without a teaching priest.
Because the teaching priest, with a lack of a teaching priest, you can't learn about the true God. So you got to have a teaching priest. Go ahead.
And without law. But when they in their trouble did turn unto the Lord God
So
of
in their
Israel,
trouble, did it say, right? They in their trouble turning to the Lord. Go ahead.
and sought him, he was found of them. Verse 5. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in.
Sound familiar, don't it? Go ahead.
But great vexations were upon all the inhabitants of the countries. And the nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city, for God did vex them with all adversity.
Go ahead.
Be ye strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak.
Because all these things going to happen. He said, but be strong and don't let your hands be weak. Don't fall asleep on this thing. Go ahead.
For your work shall be rewarded.
So your work going to be rewarded. See, it's not about right now. It's about what's to come, what we're working towards. Not right now. Because right now, it's going to be trouble. If y'all heard of Marvin Gaye, he had a song called Trouble Man. And I've been living that thing since I've been born. It's always been trouble. So what's coming, all that just got me ready for it. But that's good. That was it, right?
That was 7, yes, sir.
All right, let's go in Amos, the third chapter. Amos chapter 3. Yes, after Hosea, after Daniel's Hosea, Amos. All right, we're going to begin reading at verse 4. Amos 3 and verse 4. On your own, read all of it, though. But verse 4, go ahead and read.
Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing?
Go ahead.
Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him?
A gin is a trap. You say, so can a bird get trapped by a trap that's not there? But go ahead.
Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
So when the trumpet is blown, that makes you pay attention, right? Like we know here in Minneapolis, every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, them alarms go off, right? And a lot of times when we don't realize what it is, we get afraid, don't we? Like what's getting ready to happen? We forget that it's a test. I know that be happening to me. So I'm sure it happened to y'all too when y'all just forget all about it. And those alarms, those sirens start going off. What's going on? You trying to take cover, but it's just a test. But when that trumpet be blown, it ain't gonna be just a test. We got one guy that said, "What kind of trumpet gonna be blown and the whole world gonna hear it at the same time?" This guy don't believe in God at all. No matter what he say, he don't believe in God at all. Because one time he said, "I know Jesus is my God," but then he went right back to that other stuff. And now he's saying that God can't raise you from the dead and all this kind of stuff. If God can't raise you from the dead, then God can't create you then. So what kind of a minister are you, sir? But go ahead.
Top of 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord hath not done it?
And the Lord have not done it. Not that he does evil, but he sends the evil. Because evil is just a bad thing that happens to you, an unpleasant thing. It don't mean evil is not wicked. It's just that's something that's harmful to you. That's because death is evil. You know? But murder is wicked and lying is wicked. But the punishment for your deeds, yeah, that's evil because it's going to hurt you. So the Lord will send evil upon you. So if evil is happening, you got to consider what have you done? Or what is the Lord doing? What the Lord trying to get you to see? But finish that, brother.
Verse 7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. The lion hath roared. Who will not fear? The Lord God hath spoken. who can but prophesy?
Who can but prophesy? So we ain't got no choice with this thing. So when the end time come, it's going to be on you. What you going to do? Because the Lord going to give you this word, and it's up to you to teach it to other people. But let's go ahead and back to Matthew 24. Because again, the title is The End of Days. And we're going to see what's going to happen in the end of days. But 24:9. 24:9. Go ahead and read.
Verse 9. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
So you're going to be hated of all nations for the name of Jesus and for the name of Israel. Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
So this is what's going to happen. People that you think is cool with you, they're going to betray you, because a stranger can't betray you. It got to be somebody that's close to you. Mm-hmm. That's how betrayal happens. That's how treachery happens. Somebody that's close to you. But in these times, because people are going to be trying to survive, it's going to be hard to eat. It's going to be hard to find somewhere to live. They already got this digital currency going on, and it's worse than the currency they already got. Because the currency they already got really don't exist. It got something to represent it, but it really don't exist. And then now they come out with this digital currency. So that means they're going to control every part of your life. Because if it's digital, it's online, and the government is controlling that. And not just this government, all governments. The whole world moving towards this thing. So if you're thinking it's not going to affect you because you're here in America, you're dead wrong. You're sadly mistaken, as my mother used to say. But what verse we at?
Verse 11.
Come on.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
So we've seen a lot of that already, right? But go ahead and read.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
And we've gotten to that point also. Iniquity, which is sin and wickedness, has grown so much that you be afraid to even help somebody that's in need. You be looking at them, you walk past me like, I don't know, because they probably trying to set me up. And that's a legitimate thought process. But it's because so many people have turned to wickedness now, not even just for survival, but just because it's the end thing to do. Be wicked and evil. That's the thing to do now. Come on, brother.
Verse 13. But he shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. Read that again,
because you left a word out of that.
But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
So you got to endure to the end of this thing. But this thing is not going to be easy. It's going to be arduous. It's going to be hard. It's going to be troubling and vexing, but you have to endure to the end. Because if you don't endure to the end, you fall short or you fall asleep, and you found lacking, well, you know what happens to those that's found lacking. Continue to read.
14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
So this when the gospel has gone out into all the world, he said, then shall the end come, because now everybody that needs to hear this has heard it, and they're responsible for what they heard. So now you are without excuse now. There's no more ignorance. Come on.
15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by David the prophet.
Daniel the prophet.
Spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Stand in the holy place.
Go ahead.
Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Because that's what it's about, understanding. He said, whoso readeth, let him understand. So we're going to read it, but understand what you read, right? So when you see the abomination that make it desolate, desolation means destruction, stand in the holy place. Whoso read, let him understand. So we go into Daniel 11. Daniel chapter 11, and we're going to begin at verse 31. We're going to read 31 through 36, and then we're going to skip. But understand what you read. All right, verse 31, go ahead.
31. And arms shall stand on his part.
So now this arms means armies. So this person going to have armies on his side, right? Go ahead.
And they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice.
Because the time is coming, and that's what this war over there in the land is about now, because they want to build that temple and everything. They want to restart the daily sacrifice. So when these people go over there to put a stop to this thing, because this is going to happen, somebody's going to have to go put a stop to it. They try to commit genocide over there. But they're going to have started the daily sacrifice. They already getting set up for that right now. But we ain't going to go into that into this lesson. But they're getting set up for that right now. So these people are going to go over there because this guy going to have armies with him, 10 armies. And they're going to go in the land over there, and they're going to take away the daily sacrifice. This is after the temple had been built and everything. And he's going to move into the temple. Go ahead and read.
Middle of 31. And they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate.
This is what the Lord was talking about in Matthew. The abomination that maketh desolate said, when he's standing in the holy place, so they're going to place him in the holy place. Because they're going to build a temple over there in Jerusalem. And they're going to start the daily sacrifice and all these things. And he's going to go over there with his armies. And they're going to set him in the temple on the throne. And he is going to, from then, make war with the saints. But we're going to read about it. Go ahead and read.
Verse 32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries.
Oh, yeah. He's going to corrupt you by flatteries, those that do wickedly against the covenant. The covenant is the commandments of God. That's the covenant. And that land over there belonged to Israel forever. But the people that's over there right now, they're not Israel. They Edom, Esau's children, Idumeans. Go ahead.
But the people that do know their God shall be strong.
See, the people that do know their God shall be strong. But if you just got an idea about God, you might not be that strong. But you got to know your God. You got to know what he will accept and what he won't accept. You have to be a servant of God to know God. So the people that do know their God, they what?
Shall be strong.
They're going to be strong. Come on.
And do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many.
They're going to instruct many, and they're going to do exploits. This is the exploit right here. We're putting people on Front Street. You expose the lies and the deception. That's exploit. Go ahead.
Yet they shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity and by spoil many days. Many
days. It's going to be a time of trouble that has never been on this earth. But many days they're going to fall. People like me, we're going to die in this thing, preaching the gospel, teaching people what is the truth and what is not. And they're going to try to cut us off, even today. But it ain't got to this point yet because the tribulation haven't started yet. What verse you at?
34.
Go ahead.
Now, when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help. But many shall cleave to them with flatteries.
They're going to cleave to them with flatteries. Oh, you sure know that word. You know, they're going to try to take you off somewhere, you know, try to trick you, try to deceive you to keep you from doing it. But they're going to cleave to them with flatteries. Go ahead.
And some of them of understanding shall fall.
That means they're going to die. Come on.
To try them and to purge and to make them white.
So now some might have to die in order for the Lord to give you that eternal spiritual body in the Father's kingdom. But it's going to also be to try other people to see what they're going to do. Like what if they just come in here and kill me? What y'all going to do? Who's going to be willing to come up here and do what I do? Who's going to be bold enough to do it? See, that's what it is the Lord. He don't tempt you, but he will put you to the test. There is no one that the Lord don't put to the test. Abel got put to the test and he died. Noah got put to the test. He built that ark. Abraham got put to the test. Moses got put to the test. There's nobody that don't get put to the test. Everybody get put to the test. And if you think that you don't have to get put to the test, you're dead wrong. You're dead wrong. Or as my mother used to say, you're sadly mistaken. Where we at?
Back to 35 at the top. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them and to purge and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed.
It's for a time appointed. Go ahead.
And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god.
He gonna magnify himself above every god. So he's not gonna even have no time for all of the gods that y'all know about, that we teach about, you know, that everybody been serving. He gonna have a direct line to Satan. Go ahead.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods.
Against the God of, who is the God of gods? That's the Father. So he's gonna speak marvelous things against the Father, not just against Jesus, the Christ, but against Jesus the Father. He's gonna speak marvelous things against God. Go ahead.
And shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done.
So that is determined, it's gonna be done. We don't have a way around it. We can pray about it, and we can hope, and we can wish, but what the Lord has determined is gonna be done is gonna be done. So this tribulation gonna happen. Go ahead and skip down to verse 41.
Uh-oh.
You already turned?
My apologies, family. I gotta find
It's
it.
cool. This your first time up here with me, so only I'm gonna talk about you. If I hear somebody talking about you, I'm gonna say something. I got your back.
Amen. I also got no Bible.
He been hanging around Rob too long. See, Rob tried to make it his lesson. He tried to do it himself.
Daniel
But 11 and 41. Go ahead and read it when you get it.
All right. 11 and 41. He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown.
So they're going to make war on the world. He said he going to enter into the glorious land. We talking about the land of Israel here. He going to move into the temple in Jerusalem, and he is going to cause people to worship him as God. But he said other countries going to be in trouble too. Go ahead.
But these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon.
Because these people are confederate with the Russians, so they're going to escape. But go ahead.
He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape.
They're not going to escape, though. Come on.
But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps.
They're going to be at his steps, but he's not going to be able to mess with them because they got ties to Russia as well and Iran. So he's not going to be able to mess with them, without having to deal with some consequence. But go ahead.
44. But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him.
That's Russia and Iran. Go ahead.
Therefore, he shall go forth with great fury to destroy and utterly to make away many.
He's going to try to kill a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people. The main people he's going to be trying to kill is those that's preaching the truth. Go ahead and finish.
45. And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain.
That's Mount Zion. He's going to plant the tabernacle of his palace. He gonna sit in the temple of God. And another person said, showing himself that he is God. So we're not going there today, but that's in Daniel's also. But let's go here to look at him a little bit more in the 2 Thessalonians. The, what is it, 4th chapter?
Finish 45.
Oh, yeah, finish 45.
Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
Say none, because the Lord gonna return and put him in his place. But 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We're going to begin reading at verse 1. Second Thessalonians is after 1 Thessalonians. Hey, I still hear pages. Okay, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. which is after chapter 1. And we're going to begin reading at verse 1, I think. Yeah, verse 1. Go ahead, my brother.
Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand.
So people going to tell you when this guy moving to that temple over there, in that temple in Jerusalem, the Lord is back, Jesus is back. He's made his second coming. This is what's going to be happening. And they're going to tell you that you have to do certain things in order to deal with him. But he gonna do some things that make people think he is God. He going to do some things. Because remember that lesson I did about the craft? He going to use that craft to do things to make people think he get the power of God. Only God can do this. But if you read the old book, if you were a New Testament Christian, you would know that in the days of Moses, they did these same things down in Egypt. And the magicians, which mean witches or wizards, they did them kind of things. And Moses said, well, I can do the same thing. The Lord gave him power to do the same thing. And it's going to be the same way in the last days. This guy going to be making fire come down from heaven. But those two olive trees, those two olive branches, those two brothers that's going to be preaching, they're going to be able to do the same thing. So they're going to be doing exploit. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
Verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means.
Oh, we hear this again. Let no man deceive you by any means. No matter how they come to you, don't be deceived. Know this book. Don't go around thinking you ain't got to know this book. Know this book from the front to the back. Come on.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
A falling away from the truth. Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Perdition means destruction. So he gonna be revealed, the son of destruction, or the son of Satan, the child of Satan. So it's gonna come a falling away from the truth. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of destruction. Because everybody, the majority of the planet now think that he the holiest man on the planet. They call him the Holy See. I've told y'all before, they took the D off of it so that you won't be offended. But it's really the Holy Seed. So they're saying he is the Son of God. This is the deception that we're not mindful of. All these type of deceptions. But this man, when he move in that temple, people are going to believe that he is God. And then who are we to offend God? Who are we to stand against God? They're going to try to kill us. So that's why we read 2 Chronicles. We got to be strong during this time. Continue to read, my brother.
Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Above, except for himself, but all that is called God, he going to oppose. That means you're an enemy. So he going to be an enemy to the living God. Go ahead.
Or that is worshipped. So that he as God.
He as God, come on.
Sitteth in the temple of God.
Because them armies going to place him in the temple. Come on.
Showing himself that he is God.
He going to do things to deceive his own self, to show himself that he is God, and to make us worship him as God. Come on.
Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
So the time is now to reveal this guy. Go ahead and read.
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Y'all see how long it's been working? Even back in those days, the mystery of iniquity was working because they was under the Roman rule at that time, and this guy come right out of the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Only he who now letteth will let.
Who is the one that let? That's God. See, God is letting these things happen. He got all power, so whatever's happened, he's letting it happen. So he who now letteth will let, because he has determined what's going to happen, right? We read that in Daniel. That which is determined is going to be accomplished. Go ahead and read.
Until he be taken out of the way. Verse 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Because in another lesson, we show you when the Lord return, he going to get that guy and the guy that run the army and put them both in the lake of fire before he even do anything else. They're going straight to, before even Satan or none of the other angels go to the lake of fire, these two guys going into the lake of fire. He going just say it. drop them in the lake. So that means the Lord bringing that lake with him. Huh? Y'all ready for that? Y'all not ready for that lake, y'all better not be. Who gonna be ready? Somebody told me that one time. I know, but I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. You get me? Okay, man. Next. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
See, his coming after the working of Satan. Everything he do is after the working of Satan. Go ahead.
With all power and signs and lying wonders.
And lying wonders. But he gonna have this power, and he gonna be able to do these wonders, but he gonna be deceiving people, saying that he must be God. Only God can do these things. He gonna do some marvelous things. And who wouldn't believe that he is God? Who wouldn't? But see, there's a group of people called the very elect. And I'm here to tell you that if you stay here long enough, you're going to be a part of that group. What verse?
10.
Come on.
And with all deceivableness of uprightness in them that
Read
perish.
that again, man. Quit adding words to that.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness
There you go.
in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth.
Say in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. Go ahead.
That they might be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
You don't want God to do that to you. Send you a strong delusion that you believe a lie. But a lot of these people, that's what's going to happen to them, because they take pleasure in unrighteousness. It's a lot of people in this world right now that take pleasure in unrighteousness. A lot of proud people. See, the Lord resists the proud. He don't have nothing for the proud but that lake. Unless they repent, that's what they're going to get. You finish it?
12.
Go ahead.
That they all might be damned.
That they
who
what?
believe not the truth.
That they all might be damned that believe not the truth.
Yes, sir.
So the people that don't believe the truth, they're going to be damned?
Yes, sir.
That's heavy. Mm-hmm.
Into 12. But had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Let's go back to Matthew 24. Because we ain't done with this guy. But these people that had pleasure in unrighteousness, he said, they're gonna be damned. We don't want to be a part of them people. We're coming back to Daniel's though, but Matthew's 24, we're going to begin at 16 through 21, and then we're going to skip. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
That's because this guy didn't set in the temple. So then let them that are in the land flee into the mountains. Go ahead.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
Mm-hmm.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes.
Because it's going to be some troubling times then. Go ahead and read.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
It's going to be hard to travel in the wintertime. Go ahead.
Neither on the Sabbath day.
Because they're going to know where you at. They're going to come get you.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
So there has been some great atrocities on this planet, but not all at the same time. You had the Crusades, great atrocities, very vicious murders. You had the Inquisitions, murders and tortures. You had Attila the Hun going through Asia, destroying whole countries and stuff. You had all these things happening, but at this time, it's going to all be happening at one time, at the same time. There's going to be some great atrocities on this earth that have never been seen before. Listen, this thing that they just had called the pandemic, nothing. More people died from being on the ventilators than from the COVID-19. No doubt, like the brother said, facts. Where my cap at for my thing yet, man? Where it go? Anyway, great atrocities. Go ahead and read.
Skipping to 29.
Oh, yeah, we're skipping to 29.
Verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days,
Give you a little hope. Immediately after the tribulation of those days,
Shall-
because the tribulation is going to be for three and a half years, but in the midst of that time, something's going to happen. But we have to endure it to the end of that time. But immediately after the tribulation of those days, go ahead and read.
shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heavens shall be shaken.
Go ahead and read.
And then shall appear the signs of the Son of Man in heaven.
So then, when these heavens roll back, because this water up here going to roll back, it's going to split like the Red Sea split, this water up here going to split. See, the scientists don't know that. They don't know this water up here. They still believe in the Big Bang Theory, which is so stupid. The stupidest thing you could ever come up with. But anyway, let me get out my feelings. But when the heavens roll back, the Lord gonna be starting to come down, him and all the holy angels with him, and everybody gonna see this. He gonna be sitting there for about 5 months before he make that descent. But they gonna see him, and they're gonna get prepared to fight against God. They're gonna say it's an alien invasion probably. They've been getting you ready for that, right? They've been getting us ready for alien invasion since I've been born, and before I was born. I listened to the little radio thing they had back in the I think it was in the 40s, and people started killing one another because they thought we was getting invaded by Martians. People was killing one another. It was crazy. But they've been getting us ready for an alien invasion since the mid-1900s. So they're gonna believe this thing, and they gonna have weapons to try to fight against God. Trent had put me onto this thing they got called CERNs. I just can't find it no more. But they got a gun, a ray gun, that they're gonna use to try to kill God because they know what's gonna happen. But anyway, go ahead and read.
Back at the top of 30. And then shall appear the sign of a Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Because they know they done messed up. Go ahead.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So, like I said, if you stay here long enough, you're going to be a part of his elect. So he gonna tell those angels, get my people together. And those that was righteous, that's living, they gonna get changed right then. And those that died right, they're gonna get risen right then. And they're gonna meet the Lord in the air. But we're gonna read it. But go ahead and read.
Now, learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh.
So now, when I was a kid, they used to tell us, when you can't tell the summer from the winter, that's when the Lord gonna return. A bunch of garbage. The book say this. Read that again.
Now, learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh.
So you know when you start seeing the trees bud and everything, the year is new. Summer is not. Go ahead.
Verse 33. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things
that we just read, when you shall see all these things, come on.
Know that it is near, even at the door.
It says even at the door. So we got to be vigilant. We got to be watchful. We just can't, lay up like every day is every day and everything is everything. We got to be watching. It's things to look out for. We just can't be watching basketball or football. Now, I know I watch football all the time, but sometimes, when the commercial come on, I might turn to some world news, find out what's going on. I ain't gonna say I turn to CNN, but I'm gonna watch BBC News or something like that. But you got to see what's going on. I don't always just specifically watch the stock market, but even then, they be telling you other stuff too. But that was it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got to be watchful. Let's go into Daniel 12. Daniel 12. And we're going to begin reading at verse 1. Daniel 12:1. All right, go ahead, brother.
And at that time shall Michael stand up.
This is the time of the return of the Lord. Go ahead.
The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
See what I'm saying? All these things that ever happened on this planet, those things going to be happening at one time when this time comes. That's why it's called the Great Tribulation. But go ahead.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
So you got to be a part of the elect to be found written in that book. We talking about the book of life right here. Go ahead and read.
Verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
But that's a whole 1,000 years apart, though. But those that's going to raise to everlasting life, they're going to meet the Lord in the air. Go ahead.
And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Y'all seen what happened to Moses, right? When he spent that 80 days and 80 nights with the Lord, how he started to change. He had to wear a veil because his skin shone so bright that the people couldn't stand to look at him. The same thing could happen to us. But we can't just know the word and understand the word. We got to live the word too. And we got to speak it too. So that same thing could happen to us. It might have started happening to you already. Little by little, it happens. Go ahead and read.
Verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
So many going to run to and fro on this earth, and knowledge is going to be increased. So he said, shut up the book, because it's for the end. This is for us. It wasn't for them back then. It's for us. But go ahead and skip down to verse 11.
Verse 11. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away.
Because we read they're going to take away the daily sacrifice, right? From the time that they take it away, go ahead.
And the abomination that maketh desolate set up. There shall be 1,290 days.
So we're going to have a little time. So we have a whole lesson on those days, but that's not a part of this lesson. But we're going to have a little time for the fleeing, a little time to get away. But from the time of the daily, they take away the daily sacrifice to this guy, in the start of that tribulation, we're going to have some time. But go ahead and read.
Verse 12. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. So
at the end of days, he going to stand in his lot, but if we so blessed, we're going to stand in that same lot. But you have these days, from the time they set up to start the daily sacrifice till it be taken away, it's going to be about 2.5 years. So we can start counting from the time they set up that daily sacrifice. We can start our count right then until that guy sit in that throne. And we have to flee. But we got to be paying close attention. We got to be vigilant about this thing. That was it?
That was it, sir.
Okay. So we going to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. Am I right on that?
Yes. 4 and 13.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4. And we're going to pick it up at verse 13. Y'all lucky, because I sure wanted to add a lot of stuff to this lesson. But verse 13. Go ahead and read.
Verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope.
Because these people fell asleep, that means they died, but they fell asleep. They was right with the Lord when they fell asleep. So we ain't gonna worry about them because they got their reward coming. Go ahead.
For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him.
So he going to bring them with him. So now we know they sleeping in the dust of the ground, right? In the dust of the earth. He said, but God going to bring them with him. We're going to see this, though. Go ahead and read.
For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Come on.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God.
See, man, it's the trump of God. So if it's the trump of God, everybody going to be able to hear it. So you need to shut up, buddy. Go ahead.
And the dead in Christ shall rise first.
See, the dead going to rise first. That's how he going to bring them with him, because they going to meet him. Well, go ahead and read.
17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air.
Say, we're going to meet the Lord in the air. That's why he going to bring them with, because he coming back. And Habakkuk said he going to invade the earth with his troops. So he going to have all the holy angels and all the saints that came up in the first resurrection, or was changed in the first resurrection. He going to bring them with him, because they're going to meet him in the air. Go ahead and read.
And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
And now they say, oh, we're going to go off to heaven. No. The Lord is coming down, and we're going up to meet him in the clouds. They didn't say we was going to meet him in heaven. We meet him in the clouds. And so shall we ever be with the Lord, because if you come up in the first resurrection, you got it made. So let's see what they're going to do after they meet the Lord in the air. Let's go into Zechariah 14. Zechariah chapter 14. We're going to begin at verse 1. 14 and 1, go ahead.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee.
So we talking about the coming of the Lord. It said the day of the Lord cometh. It said in the spoil, that means what you take in this war. Go ahead.
For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished.
That's an ugly time right there. Say, the house is going to be rifled. That means they're going to get shot up, and the women are ravished. So nobody wants, if you didn't flee, you're going to be in some trouble. But go ahead.
And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city.
Go ahead.
Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations.
Because the whole world going to be in this, what they call World War III, as a book called Armageddon, or the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley where Jehovah will judge. So, but the world called World War III, they're going to be all down there. And then the Lord going to come with the saints. Go ahead.
Verse 3, then the Lord shall go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives.
That's east of Jerusalem. Go ahead and read.
Which is before Jerusalem on the east. And the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west.
Because he coming in his strength and in his power. Y'all seen when he came down on Mount Horeb, how the whole mountain was smoking and the earth was quaking, right? Because he came in his power and in his strength. And he's going to do the same thing this time. Come on.
And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. And ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azal.
Go ahead.
Yea, ye shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake in the days of Uzziah king of Judah. And the Lord my God shall come.
See, because he going to come to fight. He said, the Lord my God shall come. And who going to be with him?
And all the saints with thee.
See, all the saints are going to be with him. And all the holy angels are going to be with him too. So when we meet the Lord in the air, we coming right back down here. Because we coming to go to war. Because we're going to take this earth by force. In Daniel's, the 7th chapter, it tells you that the saints going to possess the kingdom. But anyway, go ahead and read.
Verse 6. And it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark, but it shall be one day which shall be known to the Lord, not day nor night.
Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass that at evening time it shall be light. And it shall be in that day that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem.
Now y'all wonder why it's going to be not day or night, right? Because if we all shine like the sun and like the stars, how it's going to be dark? So it could be nighttime, but we ain't going to know. Who going to know? All those spiritual beings on this earth that shine like the sky. Who is going to know that it's night? Go ahead.
Half of them towards the former sea.
Start it over.
Top of 8. And it shall be in that day that living waters shall go out from Jerusalem, half of them toward the former sea, and half of them toward the hinder sea. In summer and in winter shall it be.
Come on.
And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord.
There's going to be one Lord. Go ahead.
And his name one. All the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Ramon, south of Jerusalem. And it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place, from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate.
Go ahead.
Unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananiel until the king's winepress.
Verse 16.
Verse 16. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the king.
From year to year, on the Feast of Tabernacles, they're going to go up to Jerusalem to worship the king, which is the Lord Jesus. Go ahead.
The Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
So this is what's going to happen after the tribulation. This is what's going to happen once the Lord set up. But we got to get to this point. But we read this just so you will know that it's worth it to resist the devil. It's worth it to resist the devil. It's worth it to stand during that tribulation and don't take that mark. It's worth it because when it's all said and done, the Lord going to set up his kingdom. So that 3.5 years, that ain't nothing. Even if you die during that time, you just got lucky. You just got lucky because now you ain't got to worry about it no more. You're going to be with the Lord when the Lord going to wake you up. When you might not even be dead that long. The two witnesses that's going to be preaching during that time, they're going to only be dead for 3 days. And then the Lord going to come 3 days after they die, and then he's going to wake them right up. They're going to meet the Lord in the air. So resisting should be easy. That was it for Zechariah, right?
17.
17?
Yes.
You put that in there yourself?
No.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Oh, maybe I did.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
But if you want to read, if you want to read it, go ahead. You know. But Matthew is 24. We're going to begin reading at 34. 24 and 34. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
Now, he's not talking to that generation that he's talking to. He's talking to us. The generation that see these things is not going to pass. We that generation. So we've seen a lot of these things come to pass. So that means we're going to be around for the whole thing. Maybe not every last one of us, but most of us, because we all still young, right? Mm-hmm. I said we all still young, right? Mm-hmm. What's wrong with y'all? we going to see this because I ain't going nowhere. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to be here. But go ahead and read, brother.
35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
So heaven and earth is not going to pass away, but what he's saying is how we know the heaven and earth right now is going to pass away. That means that scatter we see right now, that's going to split. It's going to roll back. So that heaven going to pass away. The earth going to be cleaned and cleansed. So the polluted earth is going to pass away, but the earth is going to be here forever because we made from the earth. And if we're going to be here forever, then apparently where we come from got to be here forever too. So the earth ain't going nowhere. But go ahead and read.
36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Say only the Father know. And when the Father give them that order, go on down there, they going to move. They just waiting anyway. They ready and they waiting. They waiting on those marching orders. But no man knows that day. So don't be deceived when somebody tell you, oh, the Lord coming this day, the Lord coming that day, or the Lord is here. You don't know. Don't nobody know, but even Jesus don't know. Even the Christ don't know. So how you gonna know? Foolish man, flesh. Anyway, go ahead and skip down to 42.
Skipping to 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
So you don't know, so you got to be watching. Watch therefore. This is hit more than one time because I want you to understand that we got to be watching. We just can't be laying back on our laurels thinking, oh, the Lord ain't going to let nothing happen to me. If you think that, then I can't say it because the Lord said you can't call nobody that, but you a new one. Go ahead.
43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Indeed. Because if you know when the thief coming, you land there, you waiting for him. You get that baseball bat ready for him. And when he come through, you crown him, right? So so you got to be watching. You just can't be going about like ain't nothing. Watch the signs. I ain't saying you got to sit in the corner all day. Watch for the signs, though. And nowadays, everybody got a cell phone, right? So ain't no reason for you to be ignorant of what's going on in the world. There's no reason. So watch for the signs. You can only play them little games for so long, or be on social media for so long. You know, watch for the signs. You know, you can put up Al Jazeera News on your cell phone, because they tell everybody business. They don't care what country it is. They're gonna tell you business. Go ahead, my brother.
44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
See, when you don't think that he coming, he coming. And in reality, when it comes to your life, he could call for that anytime because it belongs to him. He can call that breath back anytime.
Yes, sir.
So we got to make ourselves ready for that day, whether it's the tribulation or just leave it here today because the road's bad. He can call that breath back at any time because the breath came from him. Go ahead.
45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household?
Go ahead.
To give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Say,
blessed is that servant who, when the Lord comes finding, he is diligent in his duties. That servant is blessed. Because if the Lord comes and find you diligent in your duties, you're going to get a promotion, right? Think about it. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming. Because
some people, they be on that. It's the Lord taking too long. People tell me that, they call me, man, I'm tired of this. I be glad when the Lord get here. I be like, no, you don't. You really don't. I don't know why you call me telling me that. You know, because you really don't. Because how you know, you're not going to be one of them people that he going to destroy. You got to be diligent. And then you call him for the tribulation to come on the world. You ain't no better than him. The Lord just going to have mercy on you if you faithful enough, because ain't nobody clean. You know, he called many, but few are chosen. Go ahead. What verse you at?
We are on 49.
Come on.
And shall begin to smite his fellow servants.
What's 48?
Let's go back to 48. But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
So he ain't looking for him. So he going about doing his own pleasures now because he's tired of waiting on the Lord. So the Lord going to come when he's not even expecting. Go ahead and read.
And in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
And where is there going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth? In the lake of fire. So he going to appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. Because you proclaim to be my servant. You said you was going to serve nobody but me, but then you got tired of waiting for me. I've been feeding you this whole time, buddy. How's you tired of waiting for me? I've been clothing you this whole time, partner. How you tired of waiting for me? I've been protecting you all this time that you've been living, and you tired of waiting for me? I've been there the whole time. But that's good. So we got to be paying attention, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go into, where we going, 2 Peter?
Yes, sir.
2 Peter. We're going to 2 Peter chapter 3. We're going to begin reading at verse 9. 2 Peter 3 and verse 9. What do you say?
Verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
See, some men count slack because they tired of waiting on the Lord. They think it's supposed to happen right now. He said, but the Lord not slack. He giving you enough time to get that rope from around your neck because you keep on trying to commit suicide. So he giving you time to get off the ladder. Climb down, man. Go ahead.
But is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish.
So he don't have no pleasure in this thing. He tell you that in Ezekiel. I don't have no pleasure that the wicked should perish, that the wicked should die. Because he didn't create us to kill us. He didn't create us to put us in the lake of fire. That's not why he created us. Do you have children just to murder them? Nah, you want to enjoy your children, right? And you want to get some grandchildren out of those children and some great-grandchildren out of those grandchildren. So the Lord, he didn't create us to put us in the lake of fire. We just decided that that's what we want to be. That's our decision. It's not his. He don't have no pleasure in that. But now if you want to die, that's your decision. But he told you to choose life. You can decide to do something else. But he told you by the mouth of Moses, choose life and live. He ain't say, or you can choose death. People always tell me we got choices. You can make a decision, but the choice is choosing life. Anyway, go ahead.
End of 9. But that all should come to repentance. 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
As a thief in the night. So we got to be ready for that thief, right? We got to be waiting. Go ahead.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So in another place, it say the stars going to fall from heaven, right? So and we see they're going to burn up, so they're not going to like crash into the earth or nothing like that, like people might think. No, they're going to burn up. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Say, what manner of person ought you to be to survive these things? What manner of person should you be? You should be a righteous and holy person. Because if you living wickedly, you're not going to survive this. Who can stand the day of the Lord? So the planets can't even stand the day of the Lord. The earth going to be going through some things. But we flesh and blood, how we going to survive it if we're not righteous? So what manner of person should you be? A righteous person. So mind your steps. Watch your mouth. Clean up that mind of yours. Go ahead and read.
Verse 12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth.
See, we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth. Because the first, this heaven going to pass away like we read already, and the earth is going to be made new. Come on.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless.
Be diligent in your righteousness. Be diligent in your holy walk. Be diligent. Because Satan's going to come to you all kind of ways. He might come through your daughter, or through your neighbor, or through your husband, or through your wife, or through your mother, or your father. He can come to you all kind of ways. Your best friend. He can come to you, Satan can come to you any way he can. Whatever the party called for, he gonna do it. So we got to be diligent in this thing. Go ahead. That was it?
Yes, sir.
All right, you sure you didn't want to add nothing to it?
No,
I'm just joking. Let's go into Mark or
Matthew?
Matthews. I'm trying to get out of here. I told you I know I wanted to take a nap. Matthews 25. Matthews 25. One through 4. Go ahead and read.
Verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
So now the bridegroom is Jesus. So these 10 virgins, they took their lamps, they had to have oil in them and everything. They waiting for the bridegroom, right? But go ahead.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
So they just took the lamp that was already, took the oil that was already in the lamp. They didn't bring no extra oil. These are 5 foolish. Go ahead.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. That was in the 4.
So they took extra oil with them because we'll keep on reading.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
So the lamps burnt all night waiting for the bridegroom. So the foolish said, Hey, we ran out of oil. They asked the wise, well, give us some of y'all oil. But what happened? Go ahead.
But the wise answered, saying, Not so.
Not so. Because that's what I'm going to tell y'all. Not so. I'm out. Go ahead.
Lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Saying buy for yourselves. But now, read some more.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready.
The bridegroom came when they was out trying to get some more understanding and some more knowledge, trying to figure out what's happening, but the bridegroom had came now. Come on.
And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
And the door was shut. And once the door is shut, there ain't no getting in. So they went in to the wedding. They went in to marry their husband, but the 5 foolish, they out trying to get some knowledge and some understanding. Like, what we supposed to be doing again? It's too late. That's why we keep on talking about being diligent, standing on business. It's too late. But where you stop at?
I stopped right at verse 11.
Yeah, write that on the paper so I can remember to put that in there the next time.
All right.
Anyway, that was 25, but we coming back to this because we were supposed to read the rest of it later, but I had to get that in there. We're going to read it again, though. But where we going now?
Looks like Chronicles.
Oh, Second Corinthians. 2 Corinthians, chapter 11.
Let's go.
We're going to pick it up at verse 1. 1 through 4, go ahead.
Would to God ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
He said, I'm jealous over you with a godly jealousy. Because he's been diligent in teaching you this thing. But go ahead.
For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
So don't be going for all that superfluous, all that extra stuff. Deal with this book. Because to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to that, it's because there is no understanding in them. There's no truth in them. They got to come with the law and the testimony. You can't just be an Old Testament scholar or just be a New Testament Christian, because either one of y'all going to know what's going on. So it got to be the law and the testimony. If they speak not according to that, move around. But go ahead and read.
4. For if he that cometh preach another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received,
Go ahead.
or another gospel, which ye have not accepted,
Because they're going to try to come with another gospel, especially when that man of sin moving that temple. Go ahead.
you might well bear with him.
So you might roll with him. You might just do it. And don't think that you won't, because if you're not diligent, things can happen. Skip down to verse 13. We adding it in there. Go ahead.
For such are false apostles.
They're gonna come to you real slick now. Just like we read, like Satan beguiled Eve, they're going to come real slick. Go ahead and read.
Deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ.
They're going to look like the apostles of Christ. They're going to look like they're holy. They're going to look like they're righteous. Go ahead and read.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
So he was an angel of light, but he lost that position. But since he'd been there, he know how to look like it. So his servants, go ahead and read.
Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works.
Say, they can be transformed. They can look like ministers of righteousness. They're going to get their upcomings, but they can still look like ministers of righteousness, and they sitting out to deceive you. Because they say they minister. Minister means servant. That means they servants of Satan. So we got to be careful of these people. How they coming? How they living and how they coming? How they living and how they talking? We got to be paying attention. That's good. I ain't gonna add no more. Where we at? Deuteronomy 13. Deuteronomy 13. We're gonna begin reading at verse 1. Deuteronomy 13 and 1. Go ahead and read, brother.
Verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams,
Because these are ministers of Satan. Go ahead.
and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass.
Now these things do happen because I've seen it happen before. You know, well, the sky it's gonna look pink tomorrow. But you don't see it in the forecast, but then tomorrow it look pink. And you don't know that it's from the smoke that's coming from the fires in Canada, right? But the sky, this amazing thing, the sky is pink. So they tell you this, and they say, see? And then they come with another God. Let's do this. I've seen this happen before. I had to grab a brother and say, hey, man, is that in the book what that dude talking about? Well, no, but he said this was going to happen, and it happened. I said, yeah. That ain't a new thing. That's been going on. Deceivers use that kind of stuff all the time. But go ahead.
Top of 2. And the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them.
So now that the sign or wonder can't come to pass, he telling you, see, trust me now. Like Satan told Eve, you're not going to surely die. You're still living, right? And you're talking to me. So, but you're going to be as God, knowing good and evil, girl. Don't believe God, believe me. They're going to come to you like that. They're going to be real slick with it. Go ahead and read.
Verse 3. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet,
Mm-hmm.
or that dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your God proveth you, to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul.
Said the Lord your God proving you. He want to be sure that you want his. Because you're not going to stumble into eternal life. You know, you can stumble into the lake of fire. That's your choice. But you're not going to stumble into everlasting righteousness. That takes some work. That takes some effort. That takes some diligence. That takes some prayer. That takes some righteousness. You ain't going to stumble into it. You're not going to even stumble into the wilderness in that place of safety. You say, the book say fools will not find their way there. They're not going to stumble in there. You got to know where it's at. You got to know how to get there. You got to know when to leave. And that's what this lesson is about, is paying attention when all these things happen. What verse you at?
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
Ye shall walk after the Lord your God, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God.
So he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, because the Lord your God is going to give you life. But that dreamer of dreams or that false prophet, they're going to bring death to you. That's it?
No.
Go ahead.
Which brought ye out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which the Lord thy God commanded thee to walk in.
Now, what if somebody push you out of the way of salvation? How you going to feel about that? The Lord your God commanded you to walk in this way so you can get salvation, and somebody's going to push you out of the way like you don't deserve to live. How you going to feel about that? But if they push you out of the way, that's because you let them push you out of the way. Because in this thing, you have to contend for eternal life. You have to fight for eternal life. It's not going to just be given to you. You got to fight for this thing. Gladiators, y'all hear me? Y'all don't hear me, though.
Shall I finish?
Yeah, go ahead and finish.
So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee.
Ephesians 5. You got to put that evil away from the midst of you, because the Lord told you, don't let nobody deceive you. Paul told you, don't let nobody deceive you by any means, right? Don't be deceived. It's going to be a lot of deceivers out here. It's a lot out here now. It's going to be more. It's going to be more, because the world is corrupt. There's no government that's not corrupt. This is one of the most corrupt. This government right here. They so deceptive. They had this woman run for president knowing we wasn't going to vote for her because of the type of person she is, right? They like convinced the other guy to let her run in his place so that they wouldn't have no chance of winning. They knew wasn't nobody going to vote for that lady. Not because she was a woman. That's not why. It's the woman that she is. They say, yeah, we got this. They all working together. They all working together. And you get to unlearn people out there acting crazy, like they upset. Why are you upset? He was in office already. What'd he do to you? Like I said the first time, Klan or Illuminati, which one you gonna go with? The one you know, right? You don't know nothing about the Illuminati, so you don't want to deal with them. Anyway, where we going? Oh, Ephesians 5. Where we starting at?
It says 25.
5 and 25? I was just testing you.
Okay.
He getting old. I got to make sure he's straight. 5 and 25. Go ahead and read.
25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
Y'all husbands ready for that? Y'all know how Christ loved the church? Don't put your head down now. Like He died for the church, didn't he? Go ahead and read.
And gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Go ahead.
That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
And without blemish. No spot, no wrinkles, clean pressed. He gonna present that church to himself. So he put work into this church. He gave his life for this church. So what should we do? It's like on the Day of Atonement. What is that about? That's about giving a little bit back to the Lord. About afflicting yourself, because he was afflicted for you. Show him that you appreciate him by dealing with that Day of Atonement the way it's supposed to be dealt with. Because some people be half-stepping on that Day of Atonement. They think they can do all kind of things. They just can't eat or they just can't drink. I remember one time somebody said, well, we just can't, we can drink a little wine, right? Are you out of your mind? Are you sick in the head or what? Who told you that? That's why we need a teaching priest. We need somebody to teach, not just talk or preach. We need somebody to teach. And in order to be a good teacher, you got to be what? A good student. And then, if you're a good teacher, you always a student. Because it's all, we trying to acquire the mind of God. You know what I'm saying? We try to acquire the mind of God. That ain't no 4-year thing. I've been this thing before I had children. And I'm still learning. I'm still seeking. I'm still finding. I'm still being enlightened. And it's just, when the Lord give me some understanding, I bring it to y'all. Not all the time, though. Because some stuff, it's like, it ain't necessary right now. But when it's necessary, you sure gonna get it. You might get it hard, too. But anyway, where we at?
28.
Let's go.
So ought men to love their wives.
Hold on. We got somewhere to get somebody's alarm going off. We got to find out what we got to do. They ain't gonna tell us what the alarm. I thought we had something to do. All right, go ahead and read.
28. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
As their own body. So, do you hit yourself in the head with a hammer? Some of y'all might. But treat your wives as your own body. You're going to take care of your body, right? You're going to make sure you fed, right? You're going to make sure you clothed, right? You're going to make sure you showered, right? You're going to make sure you got a hat on when it's cold outside. You hear me? Go ahead.
He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Because y'all one flesh. Y'all supposed to be. And one don't take advantage of the other. Y'all both take care of one another. Come on.
That was it.
That was it?
Yes, sir.
That's all you want to read, huh? I'm just messing with you, man. We'll save it for another lesson. Where we going now? Revelations?
19.
Revelations 19. (19) and verse 7. Go ahead and read it.
7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready.
See, those 5 verses that was foolish, they didn't make themselves ready, but the 5 wise did. Go ahead and read.
And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints.
It's the righteousness of saints. They're going to be clothed in righteousness. But see, they have made themselves ready. We got to make ourselves ready for that wedding. We got to make ourselves ready for that resurrection. See, we can't be going dealing with foolishness. We can't be going dealing with hearsay. We can't be backbiting. You know, we got to stand on business. But read.
Verse 9. And he saith unto me, Right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, These are the true sayings of God.
Say, blessed are those that's called to the marriage supper of the Lamb. Because that means that they have come up in that first resurrection. That means that they'll be clothed in righteousness. They're going to be God. That was it.
Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus. Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
So the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. We got the law and the testimony. That's why you got to deal with both books. Because the testimony of Jesus is the spirit. He the spirit that gave the word to the prophets. Because God is spirit, right? That's the spirit that gave the word to the prophets. But he sent it by the angels. But like the book say, the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. But let's go back into Matthew 25. And we're going to just read that all over again. Again at verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh. Mm-hmm. Go ye out to meet him.
So when the Lord return, he can return with a shout and with the voice of the archangel and with the trump of God. This is what it's talking about. When they hear the voice of God, they're gonna raise up from the dead, and those that's living, they're gonna be changed. They're gonna meet the Lord. But go ahead, they have made themselves ready though. Go ahead and read.
Verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Mm-hmm. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. Mm-hmm. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in to meet with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Now the door was shut, so nobody else getting in. Go ahead and read.
Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
Say, look, he said, I know you not. Y'all should have made yourself ready. Should have made yourself ready. I know you not. He said, so for everybody else, watch, because you don't know when the Lord coming. Even he don't know. He got to wait for the Father to tell him.
Come on.
Even he don't know. Mm-hmm. So how you going to know? So all you can do is what? Make yourself ready. Be diligent. Be watchful. But it's going to be a lot of things to distract you during this time that's coming. You know, I said before some years ago, y'all seen a movie called The Purge? That's a real thing. It's going to happen. Y'all seen a movie called The Hunger Games? That's a real thing. It's going to happen. They both may not happen here in America, but we know The Purge going. But the Hunger Games may not. But it's going to be happening around the world, though. That time coming. Because people out there starving right now, and they got to make a choice. Watch something besides CNN. Watch some news from other countries. You're going to see, you ain't going to believe all this stuff that's going on. You're going to be horrified by it. I'll be so sick of watching that I have to just not watch TV at all. Because even when I watch the financial channels, they report that same stuff. Because it all matter, right? It all matter when it comes to money. It all matter. If these two countries at war, the price of oil go up. If these two countries at war, something else go up. You know, this country control all the wheat. How we gonna eat? You know, different stuff. You gotta be paying attention. But sometimes you just gotta lay there and just like, I don't want to hear nothing or see nothing. Just be in the pitch black, no sound. Because knowing all this stuff makes your head heavy. Where we at?
Next reading, I got Mark 13.
Mark 13. We're going to Mark 13. We're going to begin reading in verse 14. Wait a minute, we almost done? We got one more place? Oh, I guess y'all better get y'all announcements ready. I'm going to drag this out. Mark 13, we'll begin reading in verse 14. 13 and 14. All right, go ahead, brother.
14. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let him that readeth understand.
Because he ought not to be standing in the holy place, right? That's for the Lord. But he going to try to make himself the Lord. Say, but whoso readeth, let him understand. Go ahead.
Then let them that be in Judea flee to the mountains. And let him that is on the housetop not go down into the house, neither enter therein to take anything out of his house.
Because ain't no time for that. Come on.
And let him that is in the field not turn back again for to take up his garment.
Go ahead.
But woe to them that are with child.
Now I know you're thinking, well, why the Lord didn't give us time? Because you should have been making yourself ready. And go ahead and read it. Woe to them that with child.
Yep. And to them that give suck in those days. And pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
Hard to travel in the wintertime. Go ahead.
For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which God created unto this time. Neither shall be.
Go ahead.
And except that the Lord had shortened those days.
Except that the Lord has shortened those days, because y'all know they got weapons that can destroy the whole earth, right? Say, except the Lord has shortened those days, they're going to start pushing them buttons for them nuclear weapons. But the Lord not going to let that happen. Go ahead.
No flesh should be saved.
And what, like I said, they got weapons that can destroy all flesh. You know, bullets can't destroy all flesh. Bombs, the regular missiles and stuff can't destroy all flesh. But they got some weapons they'll drop it one day and it'll affect the world for 10 years. People be dying from what happened 10 years ago. Go ahead, read.
Middle of 20. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days.
So he going to shorten those days for the elect's sake, because we have made ourselves ready. All of us not going to make it into the first resurrection, but it's going, because some of us are going to have to still be down here and still have to be purged. So he going to have those in the wilderness, and those are going to be brought to the wilderness. But go ahead.
21. And then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is Christ, or lo, he is there, believe him not.
Don't believe it. If you didn't see the Lord coming, if the heavens didn't roll back, if the planets didn't fall and burn, if you don't see that sign of the Lord in heaven, don't believe that he is back, because everybody gonna see this. Go ahead.
For false Christs and false prophets shall rise, and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect.
Say, if it was possible, they would even be able to seduce us, to deceive us, to entice us. If it was possible, if we weren't the very elect. I had one time, when I could stomach it, I was watching a Sunday preacher on TV, and I got so angry because I said, this guy is so smooth that he almost got me. And I've been in this thing a long time. I said, I was married at the time. She said, calm down, because I was so angry. I said, this joker, he murdering people. Because if he can almost get me, then the people that don't have the understanding I got, oh my goodness, they got. I was so angry. She said, you can't save everybody, man. Like, I got a hero complex, right? Not no more. I used to. I used to try to save everybody. I used to beat the bullies up and everything, you know. I can't be doing that stuff now. Little kids can beat me up. So anyway, what verse we at?
Verse 23.
23, let's go.
But take ye heed, behold, I have foretold you all things. But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
Go ahead.
And the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory.
That's why you can't be deceived by them telling you the Lord is back, because everybody going to see when the Lord returns. Don't be deceived. Go ahead and read.
27. And then shall he send his angels, and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the uttermost part of the earth to the othermost part of heaven.
Now, the earth is one of those heavens, so he's still talking about the earth. He ain't talking about going up into heaven and getting nobody, because the angels going to leave heaven. The Lord, the Christ, and the angels going to leave heaven. They're going to just leave the Father up there. So ain't nobody up there to go gather. So he's talking about this earth, from one end of the earth to the other. Go ahead and read.
28. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near.
Mm-hmm. So that's how you know when the summer coming, right? When things start to bud, when stuff starts to turn green, you know that spring is here and it's getting ready to be summer. These are signs, right? Go ahead.
So ye in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Verily, I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass.
The generation that see these things shall not pass. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Mm-hmm.
But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father.
Only the Father know these things. Continue to read.
Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch.
So we got to watch. We his servants, right? Mm-hmm. So he left things to us for us to look after, because he on a long journey, meaning he didn't want to sit on the right hand of the Father, waiting for that appointed time. Go ahead and read.
35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Lest, coming suddenly, he find you sleeping.
He find you sleeping. He find you lacking. Come on.
And what I say unto you, I say unto all.
He says that's
Watch.
the whole world. He said what?
Watch.
Watch. We got to be watching. We got to be diligent. So watch. Last place, Revelations 3. I want to add some stuff to this lesson so bad. But I'm good. Don't worry. We can begin at verse 1, 3 and 1. All right, they got it. 3 and 1, go ahead.
And unto the angel of the church in Sardis write, These things said he that hath the 7 spirits of God, and the 7 stars. I know thy works, that thou hast a name, that thou livest, and are dead. Be watchful, and strengthen the things which remain.
Say, be watchful and strengthen the things that remain, the things that you have not lost yet. Strengthen them. Go ahead.
That are ready to die.
Mm-hmm.
For I have not found thy works perfect before God.
So we got to strengthen the things that we understand. We got to get stronger in those things. We got to get stronger in our walk. Whatever it is that you got a problem with, you got to start working on it. Whatever you got a problem with, start working on it. If you got a problem with, watching TV on the Sabbath or something, watching, whatever, start working on it. Whatever kind of problem you got, if you got a problem with drinking, start working on it. If you got a problem keeping your clothes on, you better start working on it. If you got a problem with lying or tale bearing, you better start working on it. Because you don't know when the Lord's going to show up. You don't know when he's going to call that breath back. You don't know when he's going to call you home, because you came from the earth. You don't know when he's going to call you back to it. And And if he do, what was you doing when he called you? Were you walking in righteousness? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 3. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast, and repent.
And repent. So that's what you got to do before you go in that water, is repent. That ain't no light thing. People love to run and jump and get baptized. That baptism don't save you. That's not what it, a baptism
Amen.
is, to purge you. It's to cleanse you. And on top of that, you have told the Lord that you is going to marry him, that you his spouse. And so that means you can't go do nothing else. You can't deal with no other God. None. You can, ain't no taking it back. Ain't no half stepping with it. So before you go in that way, you better consider all of these things. The Lord has said you have to consider the cost, whether you have enough strength to finish that journey. It's like back in the day when Mike Tyson was the baddest guy out there, right? Did these guys consider before they got in that ring with him if they was going to be able to stand in there? Because some didn't make it after the first round. Some didn't make it out of the first minute of the first round. Mm-hmm. Some he didn't even punch him. It's just the wind from his fist knocked him out. Right, Mike? Anyway, you got to consider the cost. And then, once you consider it, you got to be prepared for it. So be careful. Let's start that verse over.
Verse 3. Remember, therefore, how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast, and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. Thou hast a few names, even in Sardis, which have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy.
That white, that's the righteousness of the saints. He said, for they are worthy. They have made themselves ready. So if you don't watch, and I come and find you lacking, I'm going to close that door. Go ahead and finish it.
He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels.
So he said he's going to confess your name before the Father and the holy angels. He won't blot your name out of the book of life, because if your name is in the book of life, it can't be blotted out. And if it's blotted out, everybody's name that's blotted out the book of life, they're going into the lake of fire without question. You finish that verse?
6. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
Understand. Thank you for your time. And I hope that you all got some understanding from the lesson today.